guys, how are you all? Today I wanted to share with you some really nice shoujo series favorites for summer. Now I have 3 series lined up today. 2 of them are recommendations that I got through comments from past Manga Mondays videos, and one of them is just one of my favorite series that I thought I would tie together at the end of the video. So if you guys are excited for Manga Mondays, keep on watching. The first series is called Gauen Alice. Gauen Alice is a shoujo series, a very classic shoujo series that is pretty much finished now. I read the first few chapters of it because some of you guys recommended this. The concept of having Alice tie into some series really intrigued me. However, the series actually has nothing to do with Alice in Wonderland in general. It's mostly using the name Alice and redefining it into a different concept in this sort of magical high school slice of life series. Gauen Alice is really great for middle school to high schoolers, not so much if you're within the 18 to 24 kind of range, because the characters are much more childish and the high school setup is much more simplistic in my opinion. The world of Gauen Alice focuses on special individuals who have Alices. Alices are basically supernatural powers, and these supernatural powers can be categorized in a variety of different ways that you'll find out in the series. Basically, every single person who has a superpower is admitted into a school so they can be monitored, controlled, and basically taught how to use their powers. The main character of the show is a girl named Mika Sakura, who is from a very far off remote small village. Her best friend ends up being admitted into this academy, and this academy is for the elite of the elite. Nobody in this society knows about superpowers, which is why the school is so heavily monitored, and a lot of people say that the school is basically like a prison. In truth, a lot of the students that get admitted are pretty much troublemakers because their powers give them a little bit of an edge over other people. Some of the students are a little bit more arrogant, other students are a bit more quiet, they're really awkward about themselves, and it's just a really kind of interesting dynamic. You don't really get the sense of how old each of the characters are, but judging by what they look like, it's probably around a middle school to an early high school age. I don't find myself particularly relating to the characters, probably because they're much younger than I am. I do know that the series gets pretty deep into the supernatural powers because the main character, Mikan, actually has a really unique superpower. You find out towards the end of chapter 3 or 4 what her superpower is, and because her superpower is so unique, there are a lot of different potential story possibilities, and that's basically how the story goes off of. I find it a little bit difficult to follow. I think the paneling and the visuals are quite scattered. If you're a really big fan of classic shoujo series with that early 2000s shoujo art style, you might like this series a lot. As well, if you really like supernatural series, anything that involves a little bit of comedy, a bit of romance, all of it that takes place within a high school, that's definitely all there. It has all those classic shoujo elements. Next series is a really awesome recommendation that I got. The series is called Pika Ichi, and that is a really strange name, but I had no idea where I was getting into when I started the series. It follows 2 people. One is Suzuki Taro and the other is Suzuki Hanako. They have those everyday average John Doe and Mary Jane names, and even though they attend a very elite and prestigious high school, they basically go through their high school lives unnoticed. Now this all changes when they realize that their idealistic high school is actually not as beautiful as it appears on the outside. There's actually a really big bullying problem among the elites, and a lot of students end up dropping out of the school because they're bullied to such an extreme. Taro and Hanako both have a love for Yakuza gang movies, and they really love the ideals that come out of these movies, such as unity, teamwork, a really strong sense of camaraderie. They really enjoy these concepts. They endeavor to change themselves in order to change the school. And this is a really big change from Gauen Alice. Whereas Gauen Alice was more of an idealistic fantasy kind of magical high school universe, Pika Ichi actually goes a lot into the problems that high schoolers might run into, and definitely into a lot of the bullying problems when it comes to students who have different social backgrounds and participate in this elitist structure. What I liked about the progression of Pika Ichi's plot, it's that as the characters are solving problems throughout the school and helping out different students, they end up building more on their friendship and their romance. So the romance is not a key main theme to this. If anything, it just develops to the side because both characters are very strong. There are moments when the male character will be a bit more dominant, and he has saved the female character multiple times in the story. However, the female character is quite fearless, even though she is quite defenseless at times. And I really love her spunky personality because she doesn't subscribe to those very reserved Japanese traditional mannerisms. Rather, she's an outspoken, courageous, and brash person, and I actually really found this refreshing in a main female character. Not to mention, she's also very kind on the inside. Both characters are very kind, and it really makes you reflect a lot on how you treat people or the misconceptions you have about certain people and the injustices that you have in this little world called high school when every student in their adolescent years just feels so arrogant. The series does not only go into high school dealings, it ends up going into gang dealings. So it's almost as if the movies that Hanako and Taro watch come to life in a sort sort of high school concentrated version, and it's quite an interesting dynamic. It's something that I've never seen before because I'm not a really big fan of gang series. But yeah, if you guys found any of this enjoyable, definitely check out Pika Ichi. I think that the pace goes really well, even though the art style is more shoujo-esque. I actually think that male viewers might enjoy some of the comedy aspects. If not, you'll enjoy a lot of the high school drama that takes place. Third and last series that I wanted to show you guys is one of my favorites. I've been keeping it in the backlog of my Manga Mondays planning for a while, but I wanted to finally show you guys. It's called I Am Here, and it's written and drawn by Emma Toyama. You guys might remember Emma Toyama when I introduced Missions of Love and also Manga Dogs. I Am Here is a very sweet slice of life drama high school series. It's really simplistic, but it says something very emotional. And I actually really enjoyed this series, even though it's only 2 volumes. It follows a girl named Hikage Sumino who is in 8th grade. She has really low self-esteem, so she ends up blogging a lot to take out her stresses and her worries. She ends up meeting 2 of her main blog commenters and supporters in real life, and they end up being students at the school. So she spends a lot of time bonding with them, and of course a little bit of romance ensues. Delving into Hikage's personality, it really reminded me of how awkward I was in high school. I think it does a really good job of teasing out the kind of pure emotions that you just experience. It doesn't get too exciting with the action, but it's quite patient, and it will just give you something really relaxing to read in the summer. So I really wanted to recommend this. As well, this is published by Kodansha Comics, so if you guys want the 2 volumes, they are properly licensed. And if you guys enjoyed this Manga Mondays, hit like or subscribe for more from me. As well, if you have any manga recommendations for me, please list them in the comments below. I'm running out of some suggestions. I don't always feature all the suggestions that I get, but if they happen to fit into the themes that I've planned out, then definitely for sure I will feature those. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There will be new K-pop vlogs and anime vlogs throughout the week. Till then, I hope you guys are well, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye!